Hi, this is Mark Carrington from mybitcoinprofits.com. In this video, I'm going to go through the steps to identify how to buy Bitcoin in a new country, in a country you know nothing about. In the example, I'm going to use New Zealand. The first thing I do is I'll ask a friend to see what their experience is. I have asked two friends, and one told me that Bitcoin in New Zealand is a challenge. The next thing to do is to go to Google and see what Google says. So I have typed into Google, buy Bitcoin New Zealand. Simple enough. What I'll do is I'll skip the advertisements that are at the top on the Google page and just go through the list. The first offering is to buy and sell Bitcoins is from localbitcoins.com. Local Bitcoins provides a service which builds the trust between, or protects the trust between, the counterparties. So if you want to buy Bitcoin, the person who's selling it to you will deposit it with local Bitcoins. Essentially, they will hold it there until such time as your cash transaction has been confirmed, and then they will release the funds. So it works pretty well, and I will use that example. We have here one called CoinHubs. I've actually had a look at this. This guy's on holiday at the moment, so we'll ignore him. Buy and sell Bitcoin, NZBCX, New Zealand Bitcoin Exchange. There's one here called BittyBot. So you can see there's a reasonably long list. But that's not that helpful because there's no information that tells you what other people's experiences are. This one here, Bitcoin in Aotearoa from Reddit. Reddit is a strong community of Bitcoin people, and that's a place to go and look and see if there are other user experiences. So I have gone to that site. I have gone down a level, so I'll just step back. We see the best site for buying Bitcoin in New Zealand, submitted 1 month ago, and there are some comments. This is the first comment. This is the most recent comment, and someone has produced an alphabetic list. They've said see also, and you'll see some of this. NZBCX was in there, local Bitcoins was in there. There's some that are coming soon, status unknown, CoinAid, and then someone has said NZBCX, so we'll have a look at it. Yeah, probably still the safest bet. So we've got a little bit of information that NZBCX. Local Bitcoins is some comments. There's a business in Australia that will accept deposits, but the bank fees are high, so we'll ignore them. And I suspect what's happening is this particular article is that every single one of these is an affiliate link for the guy who put up the post, because there's a comment down at the bottom that says nice spam. So that's what. So there's a little bit of information there, one of which was about NZBCX. Here it is. No, and what do I do here? As I can see the faces of these two guys, there's no information about how good they are, and there's no information on how this thing actually works. There's no FAQ. I did look at the FAQ. Frequently asked questions. What's the account verification? You must identify the owner, identify the source of the fund. We cannot take cash deposits, so they'll take bank deposits. So that's encouraging. So that's a candidate. The other one I found was on this page here was BittyBot. BittyBot will buy Bitcoins in New Zealand for the best prices. And this is what BittyBot does, is that they actually show current active Bitcoin sellers ordered by price the lowest to the highest, and we can see the price range is quite wide, 3327 to 6641. That's a ratio of 2 to 1. So we really want to focus in on these lower priced situations. So they've taken the first one here, which is CoinAid. Here they are, coinaid.co.new Zealand. How it works is very simple. You place an order. So you say if you want $200 worth of Bitcoin, you place the order, you make a payment, pay with online banking using your unique order code, and it says start an order now. Queue has been full for 3 days, 19 hours, so it's going to take a little bit of time to do it, but we can see how many Bitcoin we want. I'm just going to stick 200 New Zealand into here. This is approximately how many Bitcoin we're going to need. So we'll have to wait until Coined have got some funds available, and then we'll step on across to the next one. So the next one in this list was localbitcoins.com, and these are the buyers that one can do. So we'll have a look at localbitcoins.com. They list the opportunities in descending price. So Dan Lens is the most cost effective of them. So let's step across to localbitcoins.com. Because I'm sitting in Australia, it's that I want information on Australia, so I'll just go and pull the drop down window. We will find New Zealand. There's New Zealand. I want $200, and we'll hit search. Now my search list is a little different to the list we had before. You'll see that the cheapest was Dan Lens, and then we had Eduardo, and the cheapest I've got is Intuit Trade at 3519, which is quite a bit more expensive. So it's somewhere between this one and this one. 3519 is the best offer I can get. Now, why am I not being shown this one, Dan Lens? Is because in local Bitcoins you have to build up reputation by trading activity or buying and selling Bitcoin. Once you have built reputation, a vendor will do business with you. So basically he set a qualification level that says he's only going to do transactions with qualified buyers. So that is why I am not seeing this one here. I am seeing that one. Intuit Trade. Then we can go and click on what he does. And I can buy them on, I can do transfers with a specific bank. It's actually quite neat. It covers pretty well all the banks. There's his price, and he will do between 143 and 10,000. So if we'll hit buy, you can do the transaction. It'll lay out what the rules are for the transaction, or this person will actually take cash if you're in Wellington. So you basically go meet face to face for $400, and you meet face to face and do the exchange rate and the exchange. And he will also buy Bitcoins for cash. So if you've got Bitcoins, you can get them back to him, and these are the rates that he charges. You can see he's got a massive spread, 3,854 to 2,757, compared to his online transactions, 3,519. And then my friend said, well, let's just go down the list here. So I haven't covered all of these, but basically you just got to go and look at each one and see who is doing business. My friend said go to Zapo, Z-A-P-O. Now Z-A-P-O is a global business. They will send you a Zapo debit card. They will ship them to New Zealand, so those will be used wherever Visa is accepted. So that makes it an attractive proposition. And my other friend says that his daughter was able to buy Bitcoin with Zapo by funding it in New Zealand. So that is the avenue that I am going to go down. And in the next video, I am going to open a Zapo account for myself. I can't fund it from New Zealand, but I will walk through the steps for opening a Zapo account. Happy Bitcoining.